Okay, I'm gonna do this. Mondstadt chapter. Tevyat Geographic Special Edition. Alice's Mondstadt Diaries. Datapa George. The three hilly tribes located in this valley are all densely populated. What if we built a huge spinning ball-shaped cell in the center of the valley and threw all the hill trails into it? That way, if we took one step, that way we might be able to generate enough energy to power all the mills in Mondstadt for at least 5 years. I've read this. We took it one step further by grinding the elytras that are too old or too weak into food, and we feeding them to the strong ones. We might just build ourselves a perpetual motion machine that can support a huge factory like it's Chesnaya. Seems totally feasible to me. But when I told Miss Lisa about this idea, she just looked at me and pondered in silence for a long time, then changed the subject gracefully. Oh no, Star-Stitch Cliff. The animal archon is a bit too undisciplined for me. If I were a god, I would not allow my realm to look so unorganized and ragged. With enough bombs placed in proper positions, even huge cliffs like Star Snatch would crumble into dust In a second. With flatter terrain, Mondstadt would surely look much nicer. But that unctuous cavalry captain rejected my proposal instantly. He even asked me to stay away from Star Snatch Cliff. Moonrise is the only area in Mondstadt that is relatively flat terrain. At the center there is a huge oak tree. It is said that Vanessa ascended there. I searched around the tree for a long time, but did not find any launching device. I grabbed some hilly trails nearby to put my theory to test. Sadly, it's the longest slight distance from here to the haunted house. Oh my god! Around Springvale. How disappointing. My unsuccessful experiment caused quite a stir in Springvale, so Miss Jean from the Knights of Favonius arranged someone to keep tabs on me. All I could do all day was wander around that Falcon Coast. Such a boring place. Those stupid eagles hovering in the sky and puffed up animal slimes all bored me to death. The worst of all was that I had nothing to do. On the other hand, that outrider girl who sent to monitor me had quite a lot of fun with the kids. Yet another forest in Mondstadt. The outrider named Amber seemed to know her way around this place. The explosive toy she carried around caught my attention. With some tweaks, I could turn it into something that could blow this forest, even the nearby mountains into smithereens easily. My proposal seemed to scare her. But an explosive toy is indeed a brilliant idea. I must try it out next time. Okay. Finally got rid of that stalker from the Knights of Avonius. This valley I found on the northwest coast of Cider Lake is still guarded by ancient mechanisms. But the soldiers responsible for holding the pass for the King of Gales were nowhere to be found now. All the winds of time had left behind were the unintelligent hilichurls and silent mechanical guards. My attempt to control the ruined guards with hilichurls failed as well. The guards split to pieces. And as for the fate of the hilichurl stopped not to it, I will spare you the gory details. How the ruins were also destroyed in the process. What the fuck? Alice! Holy shit. Crown Canyon leads to this huge ruin of an ancient city which was built by the cruel king of Gales, Decarbian. The city was built in a ring shape. Seems that every resident of the city had been arranged their own spot between the inner and outer rings. Right in the center of the city was the tall tower where the king of Gales resided. The ruins of the domain of this cruel king, who once tried to control people's lives, are now utterly deserted. I've built a few arcades so people can climb the tower more easily. Looks quite good to me. The ruin feels more ancient now. Holy shit. I guess, thanks. Thank you? What do I say to that? The northern stretch of the Bushi River leads into a wetland. If you look south beyond the stone gate, you will see Silvergrass Marsh as far as the eye can see. At the southernmost point of the marsh is an inn pierced at the top of a giant rock. This is the Wangshu Inn, the highest point on the entire marsh. Look south from there, you'll see Guli Plains. You can also make the Guinsdorf Forest across the sea. Also, there's a weirdest thing at the end of the top floor. I don't think I've ever heard him say a single word. Lunch is a true feast at the Wangshu Inn. The kitchen is equipped with every utensil you could imagine, perfect for getting some practical alchemy experience. On the topic of alchemy practice, I've got a few things to test out in my search for an explosion catalyst. If everything goes smoothly, I'll spend a few more days here, then head to Guli Plains. An union that came to Guli Plains a few days earlier than I originally planned. Records suggest that prior to the Archon War, this area was a thriving marketplace. The foxes and wild finches are stunning here, with the fur and feathers that have a certain glow about them, but I hear that they can be pests too. Liyue locals complain that they keep eating their fruit offerings to the Geoarchon. I wonder if that gives them the fruity aroma when roasted. Maybe I should go hunting. They run a strict operation at the checkpoint on the main road, but the guards who work there are friendly people. I made a potion from some local herbs and gave it to one of them for a stutter. It cured him, but it did have some minor side effects. He now can't help but constantly imitate everyone he comes across. Not just what they say, but how they say it. The way they say it, it's an uncanny how spot on his impressions are. What? I'm told that somewhere amidst the misty peaks of Gian, Kars lives in Adeptus, the exact location hidden somewhere in the ocean of cloud. All the Liyue herb gatherers claim to have seen the realm of the Adepti in all its glory revealed before their very eyes in the clouds. Based on personal experience, I can say that overindulging on certain types of mushrooms can induce visions of similar nature. Terrain here fascinates me. So many of these stone pillars look like they belong very deep and look like they belong deep underground. Not here on top of a mountain. This is there's supposed to be an underground reservoir here. Part of me wonders if all the water was drowned out. Perhaps Ju and Karst would find itself back on the ocean floor where it belonged. My theory, my travel companion Zhongli is the sternest person I know, but he seems most entertained by this theory. He won't stop laughing. What an awful fellow. What? Oh God, what an odd fellow. Oh, Zhongli's laughing. Whoa. I've heard that the fog often rolls off into the sea onto Yangyangshan, but when it's at its thickest, you can barely see your hand at the end of your outstretched arm. Unfortunately, I didn't make it here in time to see a foggy episode. It's a bit of a shame. There's so many lovely shells on the beach. I wonder how many of them have been here since the Archon War. I strung some of them together to make a necklace, but unfortunately, that fisherman from the inn sat on it and broke it. Every last shell brutally crushed beneath his merciless buttocks. None were spared. Not only that, but because he injured himself in the shards of the broken shell, I had to pay his medical bill. A giant conch shell stands on the beach where the beachy river stands on the sea, enters the sea. An old lady lives inside. Her family is said to have sailed here on the giant shell and spends her time rescuing shipwrecked people who end up drifting near the shore. I think that repurposing the giant shell as a self-propelled boat would make it much easier for her to rescue people from the sea. But after I lost control of my third prototype seashell boat, it blew up. The kind lady decided she was not going to rescue me from the sea anymore. Okay. This is the site where the Geo-Archon defeated the sea monster. Some of the great stone spears that pierced the ocean floor still tower above the surface of the sea, though many stopped long ago. The hexagonal stone pillars, formed from the conglomeration of geo-energy, are quite intriguing to look at. Viewed from above, one gets the impression that they're deliberately arranged in their current form to make a specific shape on the ocean surface. Maybe that was the real reason Geoarchon rained down destruction on the ocean floor with its bone spears? Maybe it was all a big joke, albeit in extremely poor taste. I want to look at it now. Zhongli from Liyue Harbor seems extremely knowledgeable in Liyue folklore, but I've never actually seen him come here. I can see Wang Shuin in the distance. I'll bet that weirdo I met the last time is still staring this way now. The flow of the landlines around here is unique in all of Liyue, much more dynamic, somewhat unstable. It says of great relentless power stirs somewhere in the depths of its ocean. Perhaps it is the defeated sea monster, still writhing on the ocean floor. Let's go look at that. Hold on. Fellas, what shape does it make? I don't, well, let's go look. I'm trying to find something. I don't got it. It was a lot of reading. Rose, do you read? Mention players can't read.